Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, and welcome to day one of the Winter Tournament for 2024. I am Demon RHK, and I am joined tonight by CatDad77. CatDad, how you doing?
I am looking forward to a good night of racing here. We got two excellent runners with ThavionHawk and Siberianbull9.
Absolutely. This is an opening round one match here within the Winter Tournament. Taking a look at what our draw looks like for our runners here. We have ThavionHawk coming in as the number 24 seed up against Siberianbull9 coming in as our 41 seed. Our runners tonight are going to be playing for the honor of facing off against Fryteeth for the winner here, our number 9 seed coming up, but they don't want to look past each other. So what do you think of the parties? We got a black belt. I'm surprised.
I mean, given the blessings for tonight, everyone seems to be getting some rather nice things here. From what I can see, the fighter has plus 10 vitality and heal magic. The thief has elemental magic and hurt all.
Oh, that's absolutely stacked. You got a thief that's basically a walking Excal from the go. That's you will find a katana and a tail, and it is over.
And the black belt to finish off the meleeers gets a plus 5 luck and plus 20 strength, so they are quickly going to be able to go murder hobo really quick.
Yeah, you get them up to about 24, and it's going to be a bad time.
Well, would you like to cover the mages?
Absolutely. So, as you see on your screen here, we got a combination of all our different mages. Our red mages tonight have buff magic, so they're going to have your temper, your fast, and your saber here. And they also have promotion fighter armor, so they'll actually be able to get kind of stacked on promo here. Our white mages are coming in with, unfortunately, a little bit less 10 luck here, as well as resistance to fire, ice, and death magic. And our poor black mages have the wood set evasion bonus and improved cat claw.
I don't know if that black mage is going to go full Afro Samurai, but it's helpful to have that cat claw there.
I mean, there's always a chance.
If you're seriously down to melee strats on a black mage, you've made some very bad decisions and need to question your life choices.
Or Chaos rolled every nuclear and nuke into full.
Well, given the fact that our background graphic of Chaos kind of looks like Unicron from the original Transformers movie, I'm not leaving anything to chance.
No, absolutely not. So let's go ahead and talk about the opening here. What kind of evil do we want to put on our run? Do we want to cast or curse the runners with? I am always one for a canoe open and around the world to the left, and then just something nasty in the river or volcano.
Well, given the fact that both of these runners are excellent runners, they participate quite a bit, I want to see them have to work for that prize. So I would like to see a long fetch chain in there to get, last location canal, last location, ship. I want them to earn this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want something that beats our opening race earlier of the ping pong of Oxyale and Mirage to Cube and C, and I want something nice like that. We need some ping pong in our lives.
Yeah, and so far what it looks like here is Thavion is going to go Thief, Fighter, Black Mage, White Mage.
I like it. It's a pretty standard opening for this. I am a little bit more surprised about the other half. It's basically Black Belt Thief double red. You're banking on none of that white magic falling in those bad spots where you just can't get it. And you're reliant here a little bit more on finding the canoe. And it looks like we're off.
Yeah, and of course we're hitting Corneria proper. We're going to look at level 1 magic here.
Speaking of the white magic falling in bad spots, slot 2 Invis 2, slot 4 Cure 4.
At least they got a semi-decent sweeper with harm 2 for at least early game. Black magic doesn't look too much better.
No, ThavionHawk does, because the improved harm is only for that poor white mage, so they'll hurt everything, but those red mages are throwing fire 1.
Nothing like a little bit of vanilla-ish magic for level 1.
I mean, we can always skip Toph and go right to dwarves.
Everyone likes to visit the dwarves.
Yeah. All right, so Thavian, we're gonna tent up. We're running inside. Let's check some chests. Looks like a good hero run. I didn't see any encounters going up there, and we got dwarves. I'm telling you, adamant first chest.
There you go. I mean, there's a reason to go left there now.
Crown in the second chest. Oh, wow. They find a canoe. Around the world to the left might be a legit player. Also, no encounter so far. This hero run is incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be fun trying to set up your encounters that way you don't get nabbed. I mean, but getting that far close to your Garland encounter after opening the 2 chests with only 1 encounter, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. That's absolutely great. That's at least... I'm trying to think, 75, 80 steps, but that means the back half of your table is a little crowded.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to be doing the reset strats and all that, you can get an epic move, especially if there's an early ice dive or even, other long dungeon dives, especially Mars Cave.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like we've got Sarah gonna go ahead and give us a ship here. This is a reminder to please contact about your ship's extended warranty, as your regular insurance provider is not responsible for Thunder Sahags on the sea.
Well, given the fact that it's a 2,000-year-old ship, I have to question some things there.
Listen, enough Bondo will fix anything.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said on the Titanic. Look what happened there. That Sun -1 is actually a pretty decent sword for even this early in the game.
Yeah, it's got the high attack power. Throw it on the thief. Oh, yeah, I don't think you can throw it on the thief. But you can throw it on, and it's in vanilla. You're one of the best swords you're going to get pre-promo for the fighter. So pretty solid there overall. Meanwhile, over on Thavian's side, the pirates are going to have a run-in with harm, and the white mage is going to continue sweeping.
Well, this is one of the few instances where White Mage looks absolutely epic in a large fight.
And Vicky's a bard today. Gives us the loot.
He's a musician.
Alright, so Siberianbull went back, decided we were going to look in here about getting something to actually kill Garland with. We do have a little bit of a problem with no sweeper, no big spell. Fire would probably get there in about 3 or 4 casts, but nobody wants to buy fire.
And the first piece of the wood set for the Black Mage there is the wood armor +5, so that's going to be a decent little armor upgrade for him that he normally wouldn't have.
Oh yeah, absolutely here. Life 2 at level 2 white magic. That the red mages will be very happy when they get there. Oh wow, never mind. There's Saber, there's Quad X. Well, our killing problems are going to be over for our red mages once we get to Provoker. Hey, there's the Cat Claw.
Yeah, nice early Cat Claw, and it looks like he's got himself saved up here, and he's going to be heading out. I got a feeling he's going to be heading left and heading over towards the dwarves there.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to head over. We're going to check into Matoya first here. Matoya in this flag set, which we'll cover that in a second. We kind of skipped over that. Always has something. And Matoya makes a liar out of me. So tonight is going to be our Winter Tournament flags. So if you haven't tuned in yet so far, any of our qualifiers, this is Oops All Loose. The key items can be just about anywhere, and it is a shard hunt. So we don't need to kill. We don't necessarily need to kill all 4 fiends, but they do give us bits and pieces of a nice little orb, of which we need 28 total pieces.
Yep, so you get your 28, and you get your, I believe we still have to get the key items with the loot and the key to be able to enter.
Yes, we need a key, we need a loot, we have the loot, we have Temper at level 3, we have Harm 4 and Life 1 at level 3 as well. So, huge news for our thieves. They will be able to get both pieces of buff magic.
It's always good to be able to self-buff in case, things tend to go sideways by the time you get down there from Topher.
Yeah, absolutely here. So, let's go ahead and get in here. We're going to turn on that crown real quick. If we've got some Quad X's, this is going to be a real short fight. Yeah, bye, Astos.
Yeah, I think he's doing his best rendition of a speed bump.
And erased. Level 5 on the party. Looks like a power bonk.
That's always a nice thing to have, especially when you're facing cover. And with these Blursings, that power bonk is going to go very far with either the fighter or the thief.
Looks like Siberian picked up a whole matching set of copper plus looked like 5s for the entire team, and we're going to go see the pirates in our matching attire.
Well, once they get a bit of money, I also noticed that there was a nice, I believe it was a Pro Ring +2 there in Provoke as well.
Yeah, Pro Rings, I mean, especially when you're running these Thief and Mage comps, pretty solid to have for anybody who's not wielding a power bonk here. Thavion on the other side, into the top of Marsh here. Just, unrunnable. At least we got a white. We got some sweepers. This is just everything. It'll be fine.
Well, one thing that I noticed, especially when the Shard Hunt flag is up, it really helps people to channel their inner loot goblin. So they're going to want to hit those chests because that's what is going to get you your shards.
Oh yeah, you're going to have to hit all of these. You're going to have to hit your dense locations. We're just finishing our clear here. We're looking for some way out of the inner sea. So we're looking for a canoe or we're looking for a canal. Beak of the Devil and it shall appear. There's our canal. So question is, I mean, we're going to go down, we're going to duck out and save, but do we come back in and check the bottom?
I mean, if you're going to do a Mars dive, you might as well go ahead and get it over with. And so that way you can leave the location behind. The problem is they don't have a key yet, so no matter what, they would end up having to do a double dip if they wanted to get those tests.
And before keying up or right at the bottom, but we'll see. Siberian double checking, making sure, yeah, I haven't quite blown that up yet. We're going to go talk to some dwarves.
I've always noticed that those two chests just inside the dwarf cave usually have some rather nice things.
Well, we got a bridge, so it's something. X-Cow, on the other hand, is something.
Oh yes, great for everything except for chaos.
Yeah, great for everything except for chaos, and we'll once we have the tail, so we can use it on promotion, we'll have our Wonder Twin Powers activate on hurting everything. We got a slab in the bottom of Marsh over here for Thavion. Never an item you like to see in this flag set because if you're going to Lethane, something's just not good.
Well, I mean, you're looking at that's the end of a fetch chain, and to get there, you have to find the floater to be able to get there.
Yeah, we're like 4 key items away from there.
So, I mean, it's nice to have. Doesn't it grant you additional XP?
No. So actually, another good point in this flag set specifically. The buff to XP is based on every 8 shards, so you'll get 100% bonus XP for every 8 shards you collect.
Alright, so an even more bigger reason to channel your inner loot goblin.
Oh yeah, we're going to touch all the boxes, except for, and the other nice little thing about this flag set, the one with the X on it, because there is a singular trap chest somewhere in the world. And inside is another robot, and it's a chicken, and it usually likes to cast nuclear. But it is guarding the mass immune.
Yeah, so, I mean, high risk, high reward, but, I mean, even at these early levels, there is no chance that any of these parties would have against the like of the robot chicken.
If it's by some miracle never uses a harmful spell or ability and you get full stacks up and it never crits, and you have about a half hour.
Yeah, but I mean, how often is that going to happen?
Once in a lifetime. Lit 3, Quake at level 4, so if we want to give Lich some cake later on, because we usually have to go through Lich.
Well, one thing that was good about getting all that money out of Matoya's cave is it definitely gave us the money that we needed to get level 3, level 4 magic, and maybe even some level 5 magic once they make it out to Melmond.
Yeah, absolutely here. Alright, so Thavian, we are out of a nearly fully cleared marsh with, of course, the exception of the locks. We're going to go in, we're going to check the rest of everything now that we got a little more cash, since Thavian did reset out of Matoya. Gold 4s, and they're pretty fairly priced at 30k.
That's a very good endgame type armor for especially the caster.
Houses for 4,800. The housing market in the world has gone completely to pot here.
Well, apparently those houses are part of an HOA.
Must be. Also, good catch from chat here. Again, these flags that we're running are very interesting and very much changed from what you might see normally watching Final Fantasy Randomizer. Our power word spells, such as that Quad X that we did pick up in Provoca, have double power. So normally those spells only work on things under 300 hit points. In this set, it's actually for anything under 600 hit points, which is pretty much everything that's not either resistant to death or one of like the top 2 or 3 endgame enemies.
That's true, but I mean, when you're looking at the abortions that we have for our enemies, they, I believe, get additional hit points.
Well, any of our hooray haters in chat will just be overjoyed to hear that ThavionHawk has just unfortunately brought an end to the hooray dwarf.
People are of two different lines of thought on there. Somehow, putting him out of his misery is probably for the best.
So it looks like Thavian, I've heard a lot of whispers of this. So Thavian dropped a save, and we're going to go check that single item at the Circle of Sages. And if it's nothing good, we're just going to scum all the way back to Belmont. So let's see if this one play here pays out.
And without the canoe, of course, you got to take the long way around Crescent Lake to get in there, but I mean, it is a tremendous time save if you're not having to walk all the way back to your ship and get back to, civilization.
Hey, wooden shield. We are collecting our Exodia pieces for the Black Mage.
Yeah, give him the full set. He'll be almost as uber as the White Mage.
Yeah, there is the... Oh, it looks like we saved before dumping off the ship, so we're going to take a quick run back over to Melmon here. And probably see what is in the first three floors of Earth. Alright, opposite side, Siberianbull catching up here, and it looks like we are going to drop a save and start getting our checks out of Marsh. We'll be getting that canal from the top here momentarily.
And it'd be interesting to see if he also makes the dive down to the next floor down to the 2 floors down to get that slab as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely here. So we are going through a marsh cave. We're in an earth cave. Let's see what we've got. That is not too bad. I mean, it's a giant sword. It's usable for the moment. No, I figured we were going to reset out of that. We've reset out of like 45 grand in Matoya. I don't think we're going to keep a giant sword.
Yeah, especially with it being vanilla, it's not even buffed.
Oh, we're even going to pass up the XP. That I'm a little bit interested of. I think you at least check the other 2 chests from that position. Oh, okay. We're going to go see an extra Earth, and no big deal. Ooh, we're resetting out of that, too. Alright, down we go. Gotta go fast.
Well, one other thing that I've noticed about these flags is we have the vanilla trap tiles. So everyone knows where that coveted eye tile is and the agama tiles are. So getting the levels necessary to survive a Topher dive it's not going to be that difficult.
It's very true, but the problem that I've run into is running these is you don't know if you're ever going to find the canoe until the very end of the game, and taking time after you have all your shards to go dip in for some levels isn't great. It's not so bad to just go ahead and take the decent XP encounters when you get them, especially when you inevitably have to go sky, sky, sky.
Well, I mean, the reason why people will want to lean towards Sky and Volcano is because the majority of the chests in the game are in those 2 dungeons.
Oh, absolutely. You're dealing with... I'm terrible. Don't make me do math on stream. 18. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 chests.
Yeah, so I mean, you're looking at what? 45% of the chests in the game are in those 2 dungeons.
I wouldn't say quite that many, but a lot of chests up there. Compared to comparative density to, especially to high XP enemies, it's so lucrative. As long as you can survive or get out quickly without risk of getting blasted by something that actually hits hard.
Well, one applicable strategy is always to do that walk and grind through Mirage and Sky, because you'll get ample levels just doing that and collecting chests.
All right, Thavion pulling our first key item. We got an Erd down on Earth 2. Would it probably be a mushroom being a natural growth that deep underground, but I digress. All right, looks like Siberian's finishing pulling that canal out. We're gonna probably duck outside and get a quick save down. As Thavion is getting a couple of unrunnable asks right before we get to the cusp of Earth 3.
Well, it'd be advisable to stop and get a save in there, because you never know when you're going to run into something nasty that Thavion did not see in his run. I've seen that a number of times at some of these races where one racer will go through an area and it would be a cakewalk, and the other person goes through and they just get slapped in the face with everything.
Oh yeah, I've the amount of times where even in just discussions post-race where somebody went, yeah, all I saw was close call, and the other one went, well, the leading skill was Inferno, so... only a pure potion in that fun chest in Earth. Siberian checking the link chest just to be safe, make sure we got everything from the top there when we went there previously, and we have a crystal. So we got Matoya's eye down here in the Earth Cave as well. We got us 2 checks left, plus some free XP on the vampire.
Well, it makes you question, what was Matoya's eye doing down where Lich roams? It makes you wonder.
Ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, I can see it. Tinder in the Final Fantasy realm is probably isn't what it's all cracked up to be.
Right. Alright, couple more runs out of here. We got an unrunnable over on Siberian side, and here was the vampire.
Alright, so we got the rumble strip to the speed bump.
And yeah, he went right over. Level 7 across the party here for Thavion. We're gonna heal up, and we're gonna find a cabin.
And apparently, I think we may have missed it, but I believe the chat said that there was a rod in Earth as well.
Oh, I have apologized, chat. I must have looked over. I was looking over at Siberian and missed that. So yeah, we had a key under the map situation here. So let's go down to Earth 4, shall we?
Well, it's good to know that the keys to the lower end of the dungeon were not that hard to find.
You gotta love key under the doormat situations, especially it makes it interesting in races like this because we hit that trap tile. It's a Sphinx. It's unrunnable. That's not the greatest.
Well, if he's able to get past it, it is going to be a fair bit of XP for his low level, so he might actually get a level or 2 out of it.
Yeah, but thankfully we had a Quad X in the back pocket. That will fix any of our mistakes. Thor hammer and a ruby. So speaking of keys under the doormat, there's the ruby and the bottle. Well, now we know when Toy left.
Well, that ruby is going to open up 2 incentive chests. Well, better item chests.
Listen, it might have been on Vampire's floor, but how do you know he was the X and not the side piece?
You never know.
So we've got a deluge of items here on Earth in the key item variety. So yeah, we got us a free sweep going on in the Thor hammer. Probably give our thief something to do in the meantime here until he actually finds a katana and a tail somewhere.
Well, I mean, it's good to be able to do busy work while you're leveling up, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to come down here and check the other half of Lich's Closet, get these last 3 checks. You know, this room down here, I always take so much time in because it seems like there's 1,000 trap tiles in this room, even though it's only a couple. Meanwhile, Siberianbull having a little bit of trouble running into just so many unrunnable counters down here.
Well, I believe it's what 12.5% or something like that that are unrunnable.
It's probably that high. It seems like it's a lot lower, but when you're running into a common group like these silly scums that are in it, meanwhile, we've got we've got some problems going on over here. We have a lot of stone members of Thavion's party.
Well, if they're not stoned, they're stunned. So this is
Oh,
not
that was
looking good.
oh no. And then they muted the white mage. That is
Oh.
rough.
And given how far he was in the earth and at that time, that is painful.
So, Thavian, we're going to go down here. I don't know that we got a ton out of that last room. This could be an Earth 4 and dip dive. It doesn't feel great, but you got to play it safe and get your items out.
Well, this is one of those times where, I mean, remember what chests you got, what you needed out of, and just hit those chests and bypass the rest, but you really got to, get rid of that short-term memory and not let something like that hold you down.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is get caught doing the 10 cup here and just completely throwing yourself at it until you get it, because you can burn a lot of time that way. But it looks like Thavian's going to be short memory here. We're going to go back, we're going to get the key from the doormat, and we're going to head on back down.
And these gargoyles seem to be giving Siberian a bit of the business over there in Marsh Cave.
Yeah, unfortunately the black belt is admiring the tile.
Ooh, one hit kill on the black belt.
Yeah, he was playing with fire there a little bit. He was down to 30 hit points, so Siberian just wanting to get everything through here real quick. I think we'll be okay though. Well, alright, we're grabbing our items back here. We got the herb from Earth 2, we'll have to grab the crystal back from Earth 3, and then I believe it was the bottle off of Earth 4, along with
the Thor hammer.
The Thor hammer? Oh, I thought there was another key down there too.
I believe, well, the bottle, the crystal are in the lower Earth cave.
Oh, the ruby. Thank you. Chat, keep me honest here. Yes, also the other key that was under the doormat, the ruby and Earth.
Well, that's the one great thing about chat. They will keep you honest.
Whether you want them to or not. But yeah, French vanilla ruby, just down an extra floor here.
And I'm sure Thavian won't have much of a problem with the rumble strip again. I mean, he doesn't tend to put up much of a fight.
Yeah, it rolls over to anything that might go Bernie. Either harms or fire. Alright, bull up here. We're in a wolf pack, trying to get through it real quick. We got our crystal back from Earth 3. Who is holding it? Lich or vampire? We can put that in a poll for later. Alright, Siberian. Gonna drop a save here, and we're gonna go talk to our good friend Astos. We're gonna see if he rolls over to another quad act.
The only double-edged sword to that with the X-Cal getting it that early is you're just looking at it until you get promoed. Unless you were lucky that someone was able to get, the legendary swords, which did not roll in this. So literally, you're just looking at it until you promote.
Okay, Thavian was doubling back, and I was curious, but I think Thavian missed that fun chest. But that fun chest was just a pure potion. I think we might have a little bit of chest mix-up going on
here. And with the number of chests, that's easy to do.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you're on the back end of, like we said, when you're on the back end of a frustrating wipe like that, it can be a little hard to remember, okay, which chest was it? Is this the one I need to get here? Meanwhile, we now have a power bonk for Siberian after dropping Astos here.
And we're about to have our Rumble Strip encounter part 2 here.
Right after we get through a group at George of the Jungle's lair.
Ooh, I believe those were the green ogres that had poison?
I I did not see them throwing anything. I did not see them throwing poison out previously, but that may have
No,
just
it
been
was poison touch. He got a hit and he ended up poisoned from it.
Oh, that at least ain't so bad, especially when we having starting packages on, so you've got, you know, good 4 or 5 minimum pures in the bag. So, over on Bull's side, we don't have a ton of levels underneath of us, but I'm seeing high numbers from that black belt already. That 20 strength definitely paying dividends on the Blursings.
And one thing that I've always noticed, especially with the vanilla black belt, it usually takes a few levels before you really get the damage kick started with him.
Yeah. Alright, we get away from the giants and werewolves. I'm not sure what it was that had Brack. I don't know if it was the giants or if it was the Gurrimps.
Probably would be best to avoid that pack altogether.
Yeah.
And you notice Thavion is taking the long way around with those chests in the earth armory there, just that way he doesn't end up with any of those trap encounters.
Yeah, avoiding that unrunnable Sphinx here. Now, is Thavion going to... Nope, we're going to go. We're just going to try to get through Earth 4 and get to Earth 5. And yep, I figured we're going to... Nothing in the lower left, the back half of the closet. We're just going to go straight to Earth 5 and try to get away from that pack. Alright, so Siberian, translating, getting some Duolingo going on over here, and meanwhile we have a speed bump.
Oh, let's see what Leech rolls out of his spellbook today.
Alright, Fire 2, Harm 4, Melee Swing, and he stays up. We got an Ink. Hits one party member, we'd rather it not, but other than that, I think we're okay. Fighter's still up.
The White Mage also got inked there, but...
If the White Mage is swinging, we're having problems.
Yeah, if we're down to that.
And Harm 4, Fire 2, get through. Down goes Lich. Hit the altar, 2 shards, out we go. Alright, a little bit of a high five here. We got Thavion coming out to go turn in the Ruby. We've got Siberian coming into Earth.
You probably see Thavion leave a note there, say, hey, enjoy those lower left chests down there on Earth 4.
Yeah. Stay, don't try the Gurrimp. Alright, so Titan was having... Titan with explosives, Titan with a floater.
Well, that clears up our transportation issues.
Yeah, halfway. We're almost, we've almost put 2 and 2 together, but we still need a canoe.
And let's see what Sarda has.
Alright, one old sage. We got tons of things in the pool. Wow. One of the zonks turns out to be a loose key. That is huge. So we have now a crystal, an herb, and all the key checks. I do believe Thavion will probably be headed back into the Inner Sea here.
I would guess so. You got those chests that are in Cornelia Castle. You also have the Topher lock chests as well. So that could end up getting you some decent gear.
Oh yeah, I think it's 8 in Dwarf Lock, 3 in Topher Lock, 6 in Conaria, 4 in Elf, 3 if you're really desperate in Marsh Lock, plus the crystal, plus the herb, when you still have the Opal Cheerio and the Incentive Ribbon outstanding.
You also have the 3 locked chests in Astos' castle.
Yep, can't forget Astos' coat closet. Alright, in we go. I assume we're going to dock north here. Yep, and we're going to go ahead and run down to Dwarves.
And given that X-Cal +1 that are burning holes in both of our parties' pockets, even though Siberian's really not going to be able to make use of that without having a fighter, Thavion's definitely going to be keeping an eye out for a tail.
Opal -1, still better than anything else we got for our mages. Cash, guard 2. And a crap ton of money in those last 2 chests. That was like 70k there. So yeah, Thavian pretty well stacked on cash, couple of shards, getting a Noble Cheerio, not the worst. Part of your balanced breakfast.
Well, I mean, if you remember the original Hobbit series, there was a lot of gold in that dwarf kingdom, so it tends to believe that these dwarves would have a bit of cash on them as well.
Yeah, Thavian gonna jump back on the ship, come down the Canaria Castle. Another interesting thing I've been seeing a lot of people do that I've been picking up on myself is from the dwarf dock, you actually go check Topher from there, and then you can reset back if it's not something you want.
But given the fact that they also have a crystal, they may end up taking the boat up around to Matoya's, and then, I mean, Topher, they may even wait until when they go to do their Topher dive to check those checks. And there's a rune +5 at one of those tests.
Yeah, so rune +5, one of the 2 pro capes, and the chime. Did somebody say sky?
And we got some people in chat calling their shot, hoping that the canoe is sitting somewhere deep in sky.
I mean, I've played enough of these. It's always in sky or sea. It's unless it's your starting item. Unless you're playing around to the world to the left, it's always in sky or sea, and it's sad.
I was silently hoping that Bubbles would be holding the canoe.
Always remember to caffeinate your bowls. All right, back up we go. Thavian might talk about grabbing the extra cash that we abandoned here earlier and giving Matoya back her crystal eye, seeing if maybe we got a tail. We want a tail.
A tail or a canoe?
Or that. Ribbon 1, so we're not going to lose much for having the ribbon here. Immediately goes right down onto our white mage to make sure that we have some recovery from things going very south, especially with the Brack fresh on our minds.
Yes, the images of that earth wipe were probably ingrained in Thavian's mind right now.
Yeah, especially being in bracket stage, you do not taking something like that here, showing great fortitude here, just letting it be a short-term memory, going in here, just keeping your nose to the stone, going through your paces. All right, so we're running short on incentives here. Tail, that is a Vorpal, so that leaves the bottle and the slab, and I'm now 99% sure that the tail is canoe locked.
Guessing that'd be a pretty good indication.
Yeah, that's not the best thing you want to see here, but we got 6 more chests to try to find that canoe in over here. Looks like we're gonna go to the coat closet first. As we're going to the coat closet, we're getting through the encounters here on Earth 3 for Siberian, making great steady progress through. That was a katana.
Well, that's definitely part of the Thief's endgame kit.
Now both of our melee characters are crying that we can't find the tail. So listen, even without the canoe and the 2 good trap tiles, this could be coming up Millhouse for the black belt.
Well, if we're down to melee strats for the black belt, like I mentioned earlier, you've made some really bad decisions.
Well, I mean, the black belt more I was referring to on Siberian side, but yeah, I mean, the improved cat claw, it is there. That is okay, it's not a legitimate strategy, but it's a strategy nonetheless. I mean, you can, I guess, use buff magic. Oh wait, we didn't take the red mage.
Well, we do have our northern docks on, but we haven't found the Oxyel, so getting over there to do a water temple dive is not in the cards really. And you got the dock going into the desert.
Yeah, we got the dock going into the desert. Probably more unfortunate for Siberian than it is for Thavian is there is a massive hero run off the power cycle, so checking quadrants in the desert is not really time efficient here. So let's see what we're down to. We've got 3 chests in Marshlock. We have 18 in Mirage, so yeah, it's in Mirage. We'll just say that.
And between Mirage and Sky, you got, like I said, a majority of the chests that are able, but I mean, you only have access to Mirage at this point, I believe.
Yeah, but those many keys have been under the doormat. The cube's got to be in here. All right, on the other side, Siberian has gotten through one of the parts of the Lover's Tryst here and is now down checking out Lich's closet. Let's hope we can avoid the bad pack. Just a shard so far, it looks like, here in the Mirage. XP, another shard, that's 2. And more XP. Looks like we're going to duck out, save, probably hard cycle, and come back in.
So Thavian is definitely making use of that epic hero run that you get off of the reset.
Yeah, we should probably get close to the door on a greater than less than off of this. Yeah, I mean, just look at this. We almost made the door. Alright, Thor Hammer for Siberian, picking up everything else. We get our bottle.
Well, with the sweepers that he has, this is actually decent XP with the Whiz Mummies, and Murder Birds.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing. You never regret coming to Sky because XP is XP, especially off these packs. And even the packs that people don't normally like to take, Cinch, guards are okay. The dogs are fine. The cat packs are great. The Twilight packs. Oh, come on. You've got fire through... Oh, well. Never mind.
Not when you get your thief kicked in the face and he drops quicker than Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform.
Well, we saw it earlier in the day. We got the Oxale and Mirage who wants to play ping pong.
All right, so if chat's call is going to work, we got to have the Oxyale going into the water temple to get the cube to be able to get into Sky to get the canoe.
Oh yeah, it's completely on the table here. The only question is going to be where. The only other real possibility I can think of is the canoes in there and then the cubes somewhere in the waterfall. Or I guess it could be somewhere in the other 2 dungeons we haven't checked of Ice and Volcano containing 60-some chests. And our poor thief is going to be Dan himself, just admiring the stonework. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have, oh dear. We wiped out, those were scums, and I didn't see anything in Marsh, so I'm going to assume that we've got Danny spiders. Or Danny arachnids in that case.
Entirely possible. I do remember seeing Danny early in the night, so she probably got her fingers into this seed.
Yeah. So, evening things up, both of our runners taking unfortunate wipes out of Earth, but we're still chugging on here. Siberian right back in. We're gonna get through this. Thavian gonna come in. We're gonna check the shop because yes, shop is still possible to have a key item here, and you wouldn't think about it until you accidentally live in the race. Trust me.
I mean, it would be really nice to be able to find a canoe in the shop or even a tail in the shop, especially with the Cardiodoc on.
Yeah, well, tail can't be in there unfortunately, but definitely find that canoe would be great. All right, Thavian in. We're going to Mermaids. All right, Siberian coming back in. Let's go south. We got to go get our key from the doormat again. Thavian getting a little bullied on the way through. We're going to check the fun chest. And we're going to see some snakes before we check that fun chest.
Well, I mean, this is how you could tell the caliber of runner that you're watching, is when they do get, socked in the mouth, how quickly are they able to get back on their feet and keep going?
All right, so that fun chest in C had the cube. So ping pong continues. Big pack there. We're going to go ahead and deuce out of it. And we're going to get ambushed by trolls. So if you're Thavion here, I wonder, especially I think you're not at the highest of levels, do you kind of duck out after this, maybe go back to Sky rather than clearing Kraken's side, or do you just kind of stick through it?
Well, I mean, I can't really speak from a lot of experience because I am a casual runner, but I mean, I would at least make the attempt to go down to maybe the Sharknado floor. I may not do the encounter with Kraken himself, but if I'm looking for shards, there are still, a goodly number of chests that are further down in the water temple.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get a good few out of there. Alright, nothing super exciting here off the mermaid floor proper just yet, but at least there's no encounters. You can kind of just take your time, relax, have yourself a carbonated bubble drink.
I am keeping an eye out for that little red X.
Ah, Thavion cracking the top on a cold set of bubbles.
And vanilla Zeus bonk there out of one of the chests.
I mean, a little bit more ability to just kind of dip and send everything. So all of this gear just taking up all this room that you can't use.
The arachnids have toxic.
Oh dear, that would definitely explain what had happened. So we've got Danny adjacent spiders. So yeah, we got spiders with casting bad things, which is never what you want to see.
We're going to have a word with Danny with leaving her pets out for their own devices here.
I mean, we can always just take it up with our friendly neighborhood restreamer, also our cedar roller for, spider sitting, something?
Oh, I am not going to get in these guys' way when the hate starts flowing from this seed.
It's been back and forth. It's just been a lot of busy work, and each one taking an unfortunate bounce out of Earth. But other than that, we've, like many of the seeds of this flag set, we've gotten a lot of a deluge of all of our fetch quest items early, and as always, it comes down to either a canoe hunt or usually a key hunt.
All right, so Thavion dipped out, and he's going to get a quick save in. Let's see if he decides to re-dive and go down to the Sharknado floor, or if he's going to leave. It looks like he's going back into the water temple.
We're going back into sea. We came up for a breath, and we're going right back down. Right, meanwhile, Siberian coming in here. We're going to grab our key from under the mat yet again and get ready to head on back down. Siberian, having seen everything, I believe, out of the main items that you wanted out of the first part of Earth 4, dipping after checking those chests is definitely on the table here. Probably not going to feel good, but securing those items and maybe securing some progression, coming back later if you need it for those last 2 shards off Lich, might definitely be a thought in the back of your mind.
Yeah, true. The Lich encounter is only, 2 shards? So, I mean, if you're getting down to fine details at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the great thing about Thavion doing that quick save before diving further down into water is if there's nothing here, he can just reset out and not have to face it. He can just make his way over to Sky.
Absolutely. To be completely honest, though, if you're going to dip out, I would just probably throw yourself a crack, and if you wipe, you lose like an extra minute, and if you clear it, 4 extra shards. Yeah, you might have something down there in the back pocket that you can kind of throw at him and see if you can get through.
Yeah, but the one problem that he's got is he's got that nice juicy white mage, and you know how much Kraken loves his white mages.
Yeah, Kraken's always been a proponent of hit the one in the dress. Alright, getting through. Terminated. Down goes our vampire yet again. We're going to get some experience. The second of the two pro capes in the seed.
And there's a Dragon Plus 4 armor. That'll look nice on the red mage. I don't believe no one else can actually use that except for the fighter.
Yeah, once he goes knight, but that was red. Did Thavion actually pick that up or just kind of shuffle things and then not pick it up a second time?
I don't know. That is a common strategy that a lot of experienced runners will do is they will fill their inventories with junk and be able to get a sneak peek at the chest to see if they want to get the item. And then they'll just, dump a piece of junk and take that one piece in.
Very true, but we'll have to see once the promotion goes through here. Looks like we got ourselves was that a second ribbon we got? Alright, so, dipping on through. Back through the first part of Earth 4 for Siberian, and it looks like Thavion is going to dip. We are not going to even test the Kraken here. We are just going to have ourselves a quick leave.
I mean, he's still got access to Sky, so, that is hopefully going to lead to the canoe, which will open up much more of the game, and it'll also get you your possible ordeals check and get you your airship.
Ordeals. Nobody goes to ordeals. It's sad, but nobody goes to ordeals. Ordeals is just... It's got some cobwebs going on. Siberian is... Oh no. This is the pack. Can we get out? Woo, we're free.
I believe we heard the collective sigh from here.
Yeah, at least from my end. I was holding my breath on that one. We unfortunately stepped on trap tile. Not a massive deal. We're just going to go ahead and grab ourselves a cabin. Thavion's going to complete that back into the boat and back over to the desert. Siberian, can we get through 4? Can we get through 4? Wizards are fine. Not something you hear from vanilla runners. Wizards are fine. Alright, we're on to 5. This is a little bit more. We still have spiders down here we can get. Wait, I don't think these are the okay spiders. Okay, I think the arachnids are safe. I think it was the,
the blue ones.
Yeah. As long as we get away, I don't care. If it's got 8 legs, set it on fire. Alright, 2 flavors of wings. We're going to pass those up. We got us a lich. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, we got plain and we got 1 spicy.
3 covered in blue cheese, 1 covered in dust. And let's see, fire 2. We're going to cast the fire spells. We're going to power bonk. We're going to go power. We're going to spend Dragon Ball Z, couple episodes charging it up, and then we're going to punch him in the face. Hey, it's a free eye.
That's going to be a nice little chunk of experience for his party.
Level 11 in Sky. That's a little spicy.
Alright, so he's here on the first floor of Sky. He just hit 10 and 11 across his party. Where would you, if you were running the season at this point right now, by the time you leave Sky, what level would you be very happy to be at? Doing a walking grind and just getting the chests.
In my scenario, with the way the seed's gone for them, I think right now I'd want to be about 12 to 14. Especially having full cleared the chests out of sea, I would have been taking Gersharks with, especially the single Gersharks, and you've got Quad X.
Of course, they want to get close to that sweet spot of 15 because after that is when the ninja and the knight will start learning their spells every other level.
Absolutely, but at this point you know that the last key item you're going to find is gonna get your promotion. So at some point you just can't hold back. You actually have to get the levels because otherwise you're going to be on your 28 shards and level like 16 staring Topher down, unless you plan to play the Topher grind very hard. Alright, so Thavian is clearing out Sky 2. We're going to clear out the pinwheel here. Siberian dealing with some shadows. We got a free eye, free XP over on Thavian's side. Siberian trying to get back and probably head over to get their stuff from the Titan after having just got out of Earth here. Nothing so far on Sky 2 here. Siberian getting that down. We're on the back. Yeah, we're already on the backside. Going over to Sarda here. We'll be able to get our key, which is really going to open things up for Siberian going forward. Alright, there is our key as we're on the other side here, and... Oh, I didn't get a great look at it here, but whatever it is we wanted. Probably the Aegis? Or no? Oh, it was a sword. Hey! Alright, back in Titans. We're checking chests. We're checking chests. Still nothing. One of the pinwheels here left. After we get through some more manticores. Siberian taking that key. We're headed back into the Inner Sea. We're going to go south first. Well, the answer was not on Sky 2. Okay. Bear with me here. We clear Sky 3, and the canoe was in Marshlock all along.
Sorry about that. I had a quick call.
No, it's all good. But yeah, what if the canoe's not in here and it's been sitting in marsh this whole time?
Well, that would be a very nice troll.
Well, there's 8 chests left. Siberian taking poll of what in the world that Vorpal's actually going to give you over everything else.
Somewhere between not much and nothing.
I mean, it's a Vorpal, it's always nothing. Yeah, so I think there's only the north side. We've got 4 chests left. Wait, did he already check those 4 chests? Are we walking out?
I believe he is making the long walk out.
Oh my.
So, yeah, now you're down to checking Astos' closet there, checking lower toe, checking the toe flock, and checking lower Mars.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we checked the closet, but I don't know. I know we didn't check Marshlock. Oh man. That might actually be huge here in a second. We're gonna walk into the images. Just gonna take a free fight here. And again, a lot of the reason where I'm big on the walking grind here is poor Thavian's had to walk out of 2 different dungeons here. It basically just kind of put 8 shards on the back burner. We've killed 1 fiend here, and while you don't need to kill the fiends, it's a lot less dungeon you have to clear. Like 4 shards is like probably half of Volcano. Siberian's going down. The only reason you walk this way is if we're gonna go check Marshlock.
So we will get the answer to one of our questions real quick here.
And yeah, Thavian coming the very long way around here. But we are going to see where Thavian's going to check in. Oh yeah, it was the Guremps. We didn't see them because once again, Giant Hero run off the power cycle. But the Guremps have had crack this whole time. That is not a safe Canaria area.
Well, it's most important to feel safe where you shouldn't be, and you're not safe at home.
No, the Canaria statue garden is probably a real thing. All right, so we got both of our checks happening here. Siberian is headed down. Thavian's headed into Toph.
Let's see who wins the roulette here.
And the gargoyles are unrunnable, making this much, much more annoying.
Especially with the way they were hitting an Earth, this could be painful.
Pro ring. Nothing so far out of the first one. All right. 2 chests left in each place. Thavian has to go through this at least once, and if the canoe's in here, you got to go through it a second time because I don't know if you got warp charges or if you even have warp at all.
Ice +5 armor out of one of the marks locked.
That's pretty good. All right, we got to kill gargoyles one more time here. Meanwhile, we got to get through those unrunnable scums. I don't think it was in there.
So now we're down to that last room there in Mars.
Which means that Siberian, if I've done my very bad stream math correctly, should be about to have himself a nice object. Thavian is going immediately back on the boat, immediately headed straight down. This is not a position that you want to feel in. I mean, you've done great so far, cleaning up, sticking through everything here. But now the canoe's been available for a while, and you're basically out of locations.
And I mean, even though you try not to, you sit there and metagame. Oh, this was early. My opponent had to have gotten this already.
Yeah, you can put it on the back of your mind, and I don't want to try to put myself in these runners' exact thinking or heads here. But this is definitely, of all the possible locations where this could have been, this is definitely the one that Thavian really did not probably want this to be. Wait, that was a shard, wasn't it?
Yes. What did we miss?
Going through the list here.
Have we checked Elfland locked?
Yep, we checked Elfland locked. Thavian got that earlier, and I think that Siberian's also checked it prior to leaving for Astos' castle. Well, we'll see. We'll get another look at everything here in a second, just to be sure. We're gonna run over and say hi to the wizards real quick, just because we can, and then we're gonna talk to the Cobra. Did Thavian? I could have swore Thavian didn't check the north side of Sky 3.
You mean CC's Gambit?
Yeah, and good point in here from chat. I didn't see Thavian touch the first chest, the left-hand chest in the top right of Toph. I didn't see him touch it, and I didn't see him touch the north side of Sky. I thought I might have missed it checking out Siberian here, but I think Thavian may have orphaned 5 chests. Thavian's a trooper. He will definitely be able to go through and just go through the checklist here and go one by one. We'll see what Thavian does here just immediately after we open this chest, though. Oh no. So good news and bad news. Thavian has missed the canoe. The good news is Thavian looks to be about 7 shards out with 2 fiends still up. So Thavian's play here, in my opinion, is probably go back to Sky, take a walking grind, and go through the fiends, and just go. The problem is just go is very, very weak weapon-wise. I think you've got an Ice 5 sword, which is not bad. You can definitely make it work. Alright, so we're going to get our question about the top right of Toph here, because that's what Siberian's on now. We'll probably have to wait a few minutes to get this back to Sky for either of our runners. Alright, down we go. Thavian's headed north. We're going to go check. Alright, so it's not up in Toph. So I'm thinking it's on the north of Sky 3. Alright, so we're going to check the closet here. We know that the answer ain't in here, but, so what Thavian's going to do is Thavian's going to walk in and start checking all these locations one by one and thinking, what did I miss? Probably hit a couple of these one-off locations, check one box, and then say, okay, I've gotten all of these. I had to do this myself recently in a qualifier. I had somehow forgot to open one chest in the armory. It's not the greatest position to be in, but it definitely shows fortitude and cunning, being able to play from this position and still being able to make the best of it, putting yourself in a good spot to go forward.
But the one negative of it is the fact that Sky is on the complete opposite corner of the map that you're at right now. So Sky is going to be the last location.
It could be. The good news is that we've only got a couple of places we can go. So Thavian's going to immediately go back into Earth, which is understandable because that's where you probably weren't paying the best attention after things went sideways on Earth 4.
I don't recall him getting the canoe pre-wipe, so...
No, he didn't. If the canoe was in here, Siberian will full cleared on each dive pretty much, and got all of the items.
At this point, I mean, I'm not a experienced runner. Where these guys are getting mildly annoyed, I'm probably bordering on panic of what did I forget. I
will definitely say that in this position, being in a bracket stage like this, I'm praising both runners already for their strong mental fortitude on this, because I'm known as a very animated person, and I probably would have been chucking a controller by this point.
And Siberian's checking Dwarf Locked.
And here is all of the cash in the world. Here's 26, here's 31. How do you like 57 grand in 2 chests?
Well, I believe we've hit everything on the southern continents, and now Thavian is going to be making his way to the northern ones.
Yeah, Thavian, I think, is done here, and is probably... Thavian is probably going to head back toward either Sea or Sky, and even if you choose Sea here, which we know that Thavian's full cleared Sea, the experience that you can get walking through that is going to be a side benefit, because every fight you take, every experience, every level is a little bit easier getting through Topher once you do find that canoe. Or, as I said, Thavian's in the position where Thavian is technically in go mode. We can do this canoeless. We can kill 2 fiends. We can go take a walking grind in Sky, maybe even talk to a robot, and kill 2 fiends. I think Thavian is 6 or 7 shards off.
It's difficult to get a count because these guys are so fast with their menu selections. It's hard to get a good count.
Oh yeah, you're never gonna get a good look at the front menu, and you're never gonna get a good look at the spells or the items. You'll get a decent look at equipment and armor because sometimes we gotta shuffle some stuff. But other than that, you're not getting a look at shards, but for a second, and my poor eyesight's not gonna get one at all. So Thavion is opting for C. The best play here is either take a walking grind and check your chest, or go straight to Sharknado and take the Gershark and Wizzahag tile, and then get to a point where you're comfortable to go to Kraken. Alright, the Siberian has pretty much checked everything here. I believe we have our chime, we've taken a save, and I think we're ready to finally leave the Inner Sea for good. Yeah, our tracker keeping up with me here, so I can point out, yeah, Thavian 7 short with 8 on the table. So this is a go mode position, but I cannot understate that I 100% understand Thavian's hesitancy here when the best weapon that you're swinging is an Ice 5 and the mass is nowhere in sight. Alright, so we're going down Mermaid's side. This might even be a dive straight to Mermaid. I wouldn't be fully surprised. Oh dear, the thief is on the floor again. That's okay. We have a white mage. Everything is fine. There is no problem. Fist Wizardry is actually starting to get to a point here. Siberian coming up. I don't think Siberian has checked the Circle of Sages. Probably going to go check and pick up the Old Men's Cabin. Yeah, Thavian's picking... I think this is unrunnable anyway, maybe, but definitely picking those skills up. I think we're taking some fights here and seeing if we might be able to get some XP. Not the greatest thing in the world here. I don't know if we got an Ice 3 spell we can take. Do we have any Ice? No? That's unfortunate. Hey, there we go. And we're going to get the Thor Hammer out. Lightning, not great on water elementals. They are weak to ice, but hey, we're getting them dead. Alright, Siberian. End of the first trip to Crescent here. We're going to check the item shop. I'm trying to think, did we check... did we possibly skip an item shop? I do not believe we did. I think that the last one was on rack, and I think Thavian's checked that twice now. I'll tell you from first-hand experience, probably the worst feeling is leaving the loot in the caravan shop. Alright, so we're going back in here. We're gonna kill some more waters. Siberian has got the cabin here. At this point, we are pretty well complete with everything. We're gonna head north and then head into the desert to Mirage. Alright, Siberian's up. This is gonna be our first trip to the northern continent on that side. We are throwing out... We're conserving spell slots. Trying to conserve some HP. Throwing out... we're even heel sticking here. We're throwing out Thors, we're throwing out Zeuses, we're throwing out Light Axes here. 15 across the board, we're finally getting some levels. We're probably nearly close enough to where we can actually do some good damage to our Kraken here. Thank you very much. Pointing out that there was 2 cabins in Honorak that I had missed, meaning that is our shop item, because if it is not a key, it will be an extra cabin. Alright. Thavian's happy. We're going down for 4 shards here. So, we're swinging a knife 4. I don't think I've seen the Coral Sword. So, our Thief is hurt all, which means we will get that bonus 60 attack power off of him swinging just about anything. So 15 across the board. We'll have to see what we can get done here. Hey, there we go. Taking out a Gershark. Gersharks seem pretty weak. That would be a decent grind here, especially being... well, at least once we kill this Kraken, we'll be on 25 shards, meaning we get the full 300% bonus rather than the 200 we're stuck on right now. Oh, that's unfortunate. We get the fast on the thief, who immediately eats a ink. In this flag set, the improved dark is on, so that is a not great thing here. If we have a Cure 4 in the pool, we should probably use it. Oh, Blizzard! That's lovely. We're throwing out light axes. Fast up. The Thief's relegated to the Zeus Gauntlet. The Fighter's going to try to see if we can get some juice going in here. Lit 3 goes out. Swing goes out. Zeus Gauntlet goes out. We're getting there about 70 at a time here. We just don't want to see any more blizzards, anything like that, as our white mage is on the floor. And Hold comes out, and we now have a very sad thief. And Lit 3 comes out. 150. Ink comes out again, and the Fighter eats an ink. Alright, so at this point, Fire 2 comes out. We are a little bit close here. Thor Hammer comes out. We're taking a swing, and it's not connecting. Fire 2 out again. Black Mage on the floor. We are chugging and throwing Zeus Gauntlets. It's a little bit dicey here, but we do have a path where we may be able to get there. And Ice 2 comes out, and the Thief is on the floor. And Kraken passed himself. That's unfortunate. Fire 2, we got a ribbon on. Sleep 2, we wake back up. Other side of the screen here, coming out of Mirage, Siberianbull the Mad Lad. Oh, wait, never mind. We don't have a choice. We have to fight that Ankylo. That is awful. That's an awful group to not be able to run from. Back to our epic... Oh, dear. And the fasted Kraken gets there. Thavion's in a little bit of a rough spot. We're going to take the power cycle to get the good run. We're going to take another look here. We do see the double cabin. Alright, so we know that we're not going to be able to get through there. Alright, so Siberian coming in here. We are grabbing all of our gear out of Mirage. And just a couple of boxes, we should say. Alright, there's one done. Alright, up to 2. Alright. And back on the other side, Thavion is rediving here. There is no stopping Thavion. We're going back down to Kraken side here, probably take a couple levels and see if we can get through. Maybe move that ribbon around just in case. We'll see. Okay. And in we come. Siberianbull back into greater than less than. Thavion back down here, healing up. See what we're going to do for a grind or maybe for something similar to that here. It looks like we're going to continue on taking those waters. I'm not as much of a fan of this as I am the Gersharks. The Gersharks do hit harder, but they've proven to be pretty paper thin. And the Oxyale on Siberian side. We now have our path forward. We might get some high fives going on in the sea here. Ooh, 8 hit points on that black belt. You do not like to see that. You want to go ahead and keep him up if he's going to be our path to victory, especially with no tail here. Which is just a black belt's wet dream at this point. Alright, water's down, back to 14. Thavian gonna slowly work on up here to the point where we can beat through this Kraken. Alright, walking our way out, because at this point we still haven't found any transportation magic, which is just grand. Thavian back and forth. The 3 waters does seem like it's going to be our preferred grind here. Again, the only unfortunate part of here is we don't have Ice Elemental, we don't have the Black Shirt, or like an Ice 3 to throw out, because that would really kind of shred these. And we're kind of limited on our Fire 3s to go on the other side of this and try to take the Undead and Bird Pack. However, Siberian has found some steak. Some gazy steak. I think that's some evasive steak. I think that was 1 hit for 40-some damage. Oh my lordy Gesbrak. That's okay. We punched it. We tenderized the steak. It wanted to try to make us into a statue. It tried to make us well done. We made it well done. Thavian, real quick, gonna go ahead and reconsider everything they've got going on with their gear real quick. Meanwhile, right behind him, Siberian is coming in to see. Alright, up comes Siberian. We're gonna take a look. We see cabin. We know we are safe. And we're gonna buy out the housing market real quick because we got cash now. Thavian continuing on the water grind here. 16 across the board. Siberian gonna take us a stop at the bed and breakfast here on Honorak and go ahead and dive underwater. Alright, and we're going down here into the stuff we've checked before. Once again, this is our first round of the winter tournament for 2024. Thavian and Siberian here going ahead and giving it to us here the best that they can. It's been an up and down seed. We had some early troubles in Earth, and we have unfortunately seemed to have misplaced our canoe somewhere in the world here. If seen, please return to ThavionHawk and Siberianbull. They would be greatly appreciative. And we are slowly trying to get to where we need to be. Thavian has a path to victory here through the 2 remaining fiends of both Tiamat and of Kraken. Just need to get some levels to make sure we can get through a Kraken being very mean and very accurate with those inks, which would made things a little bit dicey.
Yeah, outside of the missing canoe, we're also keeping an eye out for our tail because both of these groups have a nice X-Cal +1 burning a hole in their pocket.
Yeah, we've got a katana and an X-Cal that we found so far. Thavian desperately wanting to get it. Unfortunately, the last 2 fetch quest places that can be is either in Gaia behind the bottle or in Lefane behind the slab, both of which being canoe locked. Because we do not, unfortunately, have the Ryukan dock on where they can just, park the boat on the shore and walk over to get their airship. In order to go from boat to airboat, you have to have little boat.
Yeah, so that floater, like the X-Cal, is just taking up space.
The most frustrating rock in your pocket.
At least it's light.
True, it's a very light pet rock. No need to go on a dive. Alright, Thavian continuing on the water grind here. We are heel sticking just to kind of give them something to do. Slowly making our way through. That is 18 now on the fam. I wonder how high we're going to go. I think you go probably to 20 and then you go talk to Kraken again.
Yes, but of course Kraken may do Kraken things.
True, but with a little bit higher, I think you move the ribbon around to the thief, you bury the thief down in position 3, and then you just kind of go for broke on the hurt all. Rely on the 60 extra power to get you through. Siberian, about to come across that fun chest and see, and guess what? It has a square rock in it. Where does the floater go? The square hole. Where does the cube go? Also in the square hole. Alright, back over to Thavion. We're trying to conserve us some heal pots, going through Thor hammers, Zeus gauntlets. Hey, we're getting some good swings out, though. Again, that hurt all, that is absolutely going to shred through these. Oh, it looks like we had the black shirt. That's awesome. That's ice too. That is actually going to hit weakness here on those waters. Right. Looks like Siberian is getting a little twist turned around here. Not a big deal. Very easy to do over here on that fun chest floor with all those chests being spread out like that. Siberian clearing out these packs pretty well. The Siberian showing up 18 here. So, and again, this kind of comes back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier. Thavion, after that unfortunate wipe to Kraken here, is back up to just about this level, the 18-19 cusp. And Siberian level-wise, right on his heels, despite being half a C and 90% of a sky down.
Well, one thing that this hidden canoe has done is it has actually leveled out things, because Thavion jumped out to a very quick lead progression-wise. He was done with Earth while Siberian was still in Marsh. But with that hunt ongoing, Siberian is narrowing that gap.
Yeah, Siberian definitely closing things up here a little bit. There was a little bit of a gap earlier on, but Thavion at least keeping a path going forward. Keep moving, keep adding levels, getting to the point where we are comfortable with where we're at. We're going back down. We don't need to open. We don't need to touch another box. We just need to touch two. We just need to touch two fiends, very, very hard, preferably with the pointy side of the weapon.
But here's the question. At what point in level-wise do you sit there and say, all right, I'm going to have to ignore promotion and make an attempt to actually try to end the game, because this is becoming a slogfest?
When does that thief get the extra hit with regular weapons? 28, 29, I want to say. Because at this point, it's... Oh... Fighter swinging an ice, I guess. I think it's an ice 5. Thief probably swinging a dragon sword. I think they can equip the dragon sword. I think it rolled +1.
Well, Thavion is moving things around. He put the fighter down in the... actually, no, I believe that's the... Is that the thief that's down in the third slot?
I would really... I don't think so, because I think the fighter's the one with the... Nope, that's the thief. The thief's got the power bonk in slot 3. And here we go. We're going to fast up the thief. Here we are, seeing if we're going to get through. Double checking what we've got available here. Here comes the power bonk. Here comes the dark. All right, no dark yet. We do have another one coming up soon. Arm 4 is coming out. We're going to get the damage out. 90 damage off that. Fast is out. Here we go. We have one bonk and the fast. All right, Temper's coming out. Another bonk. Probably another harm 4. Harm 4 comes out. Just chip damage. Same with the black shirt 3. Hold comes out. Ineffective. Power bonk. We're +2. Temper. We're +3. All right, time to start the swinging. Swing comes out. A whole lot of nothing. Swing comes out. That was, I believe, 470 something. We have a path here. Here comes the big blizzard. Everybody's still in good shape. Lit 3 comes out. Our black mage is on death's door, but it's a black mage. Who cares? Fire 2 comes out. Black Mage is now admiring the marble. 1100 and terminated. That is hurt all, just absolutely turning things into Swiss cheese. 4 more shards, 3 to go for ThavionHawk. We've got the 300% bonus, and we've got a Tia between us and Topher. That's right. Go buy all the heals. Every one of the heal pots.
Yeah, and at this point, if you were Thavion and you come across that red X chest, are you making an attempt to get massive?
The only way that that could realistically happen is if the Massa is in the validation chests inside of Toph. I would highly consider it. Because the only other way that we're opening boxes is if we go back to the north side of Sky 3, and at that point we know we found the canoe.
But see, that technically ends up becoming a fetch quest because you're fetching the canoe to possibly find the tail to be able to use that X-Cal.
At that point, knowing that you only have 2 locations where that tail can be, and both of them are locked by the canoe you just found, you're 100% getting a floater, and you're 100% getting a tail. Just for, A, the ability to put real armor on your thief, and protect that hurt all, and B, because X-Cal, you now have 2 hurt alls.
Ooh, Brack hits and down goes the thief on Siberian side.
I don't hate that. Leaving them as statues means more XP for the black belt. Black belt, I think Siberian's about 20. We're definitely not immune to it without a ribbon, but that black belt should be getting some pretty good MDef here. Could everybody end up stoned with the black belt? I'm just saying, stakes are grind.
What's that famous saying? The best grind is the one that you find.
Yeah, absolutely. Thavion inside, we're gonna take some blue dragons. Again, dragons. Dragon means they have a weakness. Weakness means that the thief is going to hurt them very, very badly. Alright, Siberian's still walking back and forth, and look at all of that steak. Meat. We have 2 stone party members. This is great. I like this. I don't like those brat casts, but I like this.
Yeah, that's definitely dancing along a very fine line.
As long as we're saving after each fight, I think we're good. This, I'm gonna watch it after this one. Is Siberian hard resetting and just walking off that grind, or are we just getting lucky and it's like 5 stakes in a row? Oh, that's a lot lower level than I thought. That's 17. Oh, that is red ankylos. Run away.
Oh.
That is why we hate red ankylos.
And that is why you save after every fight.
Thavion deciding that the Twilight cosplay pack here is exactly what we're looking for. We're going to take out the cosplay club. $6,000, that was 22 on somebody. That is exactly what you want to see here. I really hope Thavion just kind of checks the north side of Sky 3 for the heck of it. I don't think that Thavion will. I think we're probably going straight through, and we're going to go see a TMN. Now, I think, because I've definitely seen Siberian using it somewhere, if we didn't pass it up, there should be a Bane Sword in this weapon mix somewhere. And 12.5%, if I'm not mistaken, to ask T if it smells like chloroform.
I believe the Bane Sword dropped in Earth at the Leech's Closet.
Oh, we may not have it then because I'm pretty sure Thavion skipped that on the last trip through after the unfortunateness that happened the first time.
Yeah, he had it the first time. I think he faded it the second time.
Yeah, that definitely sounds plausible. Thavion killing some things though, and we're getting levels. 23 is not shabby. 23 should get through this.
Again, he did not check those north chests, so apparently he's going to go meet up with the lizard and probably be making his way to Topher.
Yeah, so once again, anybody joining us, this is our round 1 matchup. The cliff notes are as follows. It has been a trying time through Earth Cave, we had to play ping pong from mirage to sea to sky. Thavion is 3 shards from go mode with a 4-shard fiend in sight, but does not found the canoe. Full cleared the world for it to their knowledge. We are 90-some% sure that it's in the north side of Sky 3 and that Thavion may have kind of mind-holded it with the way they cleared. It happens to everybody here. It's just a matter of getting through this. We're going to drop some errors. We're going to get some more experience. 23 across the board, 24. Take a pseudo walking grind through Topher with this party. And we can definitely make some magic happen.
And of course, Siberian is walking off a very epic hero run off of the hard reset. It's just amazing. They're getting 75 to 80 steps before they hit an encounter off the hard reset.
Yeah, but blue steak and steak, it's not the worst thing in the world here. It is definitely worth taking if you can get it. I don't know about taking the full grind on your party to do it, but we did at least leave one statue, I believe. Ooh, down goes the black belt, and we're gonna take the reset. Hey, meanwhile, it's a Tia. First look at Tia here. Bath comes out, Bonk comes out, we're at +1. Harm 4 comes out, White Mage doing White Mage things. We're going to take a swing with the fighter. That was a very powerful swing. We should immediately start swinging on the thief. Tia swinging fast on the fighter. Swing with the thief. 280 some off of a crit. Swing 380. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and swing through Tia here.
I see it going another round, maybe a second round, but that'll be Tia's taking some big damage here.
Yeah, Tia's taking damage, still up though. Only 100 off of that one. There we go. All right, Tia's down. That is 28 shards. We have a key. We have some music. Thavion is completely open here if they want to go ahead and head into Topher. And I think that we just take the long trip to Topher. No canoe, no airboat, so we got to go around the world. But I think we just head into Topher here and maybe take a grind on the way down.
Yes, I mean, given the caliber of the runners that we have in this match, they're sitting there playing, they're looking up at that clock, they're seeing an hour and 31 minutes already on the seed. They're already assuming that their opponent is either approaching or in Topher. It's got to be go mode for them right now.
Yeah, so with this flag set, usually you're going to be done between an hour to an hour 15 is usually what most seeds turn out to be. Faster ones can be as fast as 50, 55. Slower ones can be about an hour 20, hour 25. Crossing an hour 30 and alarm bells will start to ring in the back of your mind. Both of our runners keeping a great head on them and some great mental stability here, just to continue to just keep the nose down and keep going. You can't just glance at. You got to keep yourself from glancing over that race time timer and just keep focusing on you here.
And Thavion's stopping to pick up a pro ring to complete his kit, and I got a feeling he's going to be making his way over towards Topher here in a second.
Yeah, we're running unpromoted, so we're going to grab pro rings on everybody else, except for whoever's probably going to have the power gauntlet on them. Siberian's still getting through some stake here. We're taking a 3-man. We're leaving one statuesque party member that we're just bringing with us. Let's see if we get a level off this. Nothing off that yet. So Siberian's found something interesting down here in the southern quadrant. It's been off the hard power cycle, even though it is 75 plus steps. It's blue steak into like steak, sandwich, steak. It is an absolute, just all you can eat buffet down here in the south.
And the problem is he's already suffered one wipe on the steak and wings combo, so he ended up losing about 4 to 5 levels and had to redo those levels.
Yeah, it's a little challenging. You've got to make sure that you're saving momentarily, usually every 2 to 3 fights, because you run into those red ankylos, and we saw what happens.
Yeah, those red ankylos don't care about what your party's looking like.
Not at all. You can have a knight and Aegis +6, Dragon +6, Opal +6 helm, Opal +6 shield, and they're just gonna punch you down in like 2 hits. Alright, Thavian stocking up. Here we are. We're making the trek. We are gonna dive some Toph.
Right now, Siberian better hope that the Topher is just as bad as Earth Cave, because Thavian is in there and he's still up on the northern continent.
He is up on the northern continent, but he hasn't gotten to the sky yet, and it's a good position. If we want to take more levels, and oh, Siberian's coming back around here. So I haven't been keeping track, but just based off of what Thavian has, I'm pretty sure that Siberian should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 19 or so shards.
Well, he's pre-water temple, pre-air temple, so we know that he is at least 7 shards short.
Yeah, we know there were at least 7, and I don't think we've done Kraken side. We've done Mermaid side, and we've done Mirage. And a good point from chat here. At this point, not only are you looking at and your opponent hasn't finished, but your opponent hasn't finished, which means in the back of your mind, you're thinking, how bad is this Topher? That my opponent must have wiped out of Topher like 3 times.
And the absolute worst thing that could be happening right now is they have the race room open and they're just glancing over every couple of seconds, waiting to see the ... done.
Yeah, you're waiting to see that time pop up next to your opponent, and it hasn't, and it can be stressful. And this is just a good example of being able to plow through it. You know, it doesn't always have to take finesse. Sometimes you can put your head down and just bulldoze through it. At this point, we have a little 25 thief that we're going to go ahead and try to bulldoze his seat with.
Well, and the good thing that is on Thavian's side here is his fighter is over 600 HP, so the nuke isn't going to be a total party wipe, but it's going to hurt though.
Yeah, we could probably eat nuke and nuclear on the, well, short of being pretty well max rolled on the fighter and live it. Yeah, here we go. It's 26. We're starting to get to the point where this is getting to now be comfortable. Now, I looked on Thavian's side, and I believe we're on the back end and didn't see us opening any boxes, so we must not, yeah, there must not have been a Massa. I mean, at that point, you're kind of praying for the Massa, and it's just not there.
No, isn't the normal Massa vanilla chest further down?
Yes, the vanilla Massa chest is located in the bottom right-hand corner of Airfloor. Now, originally, there was going to be a second Massa down there, but that has long since been changed in this flag set, and it is just the one Massa somewhere in the world. Now, if Thavian wants to get really spicy, we can check the 4 chests on Firefloor, and maybe even the vanilla Massa chest.
Well, the big plus with the black belt leveling is they are getting that M death that they would not get if they had already promoted.
But as the Tyro just showed us, MDef does not equal absorb, and he was admiring the sand.
Yeah, the blue stake doesn't care about your absorb.
Yeah, it doesn't care about your absorb, doesn't care about your MDef. Meanwhile, speed bump 2, blink, you missed it, Thavion's through.
Alright, and now we're going to go check out the Fire Lady and see what she has in store for Thavion.
Come on, Thavion, be spicy, go down.
Alright, anyone holding their breath for confused strats on carry?
I was hoping for a partial meme there and that Thavion would go down and check those boxes, but no. Alright, carry 2, let's take on a fiend. We're gonna punch, we're gonna take a lot of damage. Fast on and power bonk up. We're at +1 and fast on the thief. Don't know about leaving in the first position like that, but it looks like that we're gonna be fasting here up with the whole team. I'm not okay. Well, there goes carry. Blink and you miss it. Once again, 60 extra attack power off being able to hurt all, and fast basically means that thief will be shredding things here. We might want to be a little careful with our fast casts because we do have 2 fiends and chaos left to go.
Yeah, and both those fiends that are remaining love to play defense.
Yeah, there's nothing like getting punched like 12 times by Kraken or Tia 2 to show how fat her butt is and just tank like 5, 6, 700 shots. Alright, the Sacrificial Fighter is up front. The Thief is being hidden down in slot 3. Here we go.
Alright, so we're doing the normal fast and power bonk buff ups.
There's a heal stick. Stun comes out. That's not the greatest thing in the world, but at least it's on the White Mage.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the White Mage made it past the first round with Kraken there, I guess you can call that a moral victory.
And the black belt on the floor. This is a little bit more iffy. Oh, dark, please don't. Okay, no dark hit. We're okay. 300 damage. Melee swings out we come. There come Blaze.
That Thief per all is definitely doing some work.
Yeah, absolutely. 700. Down goes Kraken 2. Do we have life casts? We have life casts. Okay, everything is good. There are no problems. All is well.
And then Tia happens.
Well, here comes Tia 2. But before that, more Twilight Cosplay Club.
At least they don't sparkle.
They do when they're on fire. Siberian's still punching through the desert here. These unrunnable Ankylos is also just another small annoyance here. We're trying to bait him out.
Unfortunately, the Ankylos and the red Ankylos have been the bane of Siberian's existence in this desert grind.
Yeah, those red Ankylos are just, you know, that if you don't save and reset, they are the reset. Oh no! Zap comes out, gets 2. Power Bonk comes out. I don't know if we got the fast off. Oh, are we playing with Life 1 strats? Life 1 strats, the Black Mage is back! And for those, again, just joining us or haven't seen this flag set before, the Life in Battle is on. So, more tempers. Let's swing. Oh, down goes Tia 2. That was not too bad at all here.
You might want to heal up before you take another step, because there always seems to be that one encounter before you get to the stairs.
Yeah. Oh, not a place for us here, but trust me, I've run into things. You want to heal. You do not want to take those steps, and like these unrunnable airs. All right, more stake down. Haven't got a view of the levels here. Was that like 19? It looked like. Blue stake punches hard, and we reset. Oh, we're headed up. I think we're going in. I think it's sky time.
I think Siberian has finally sensed the disturbance in the force.
Yeah, I think we finally decided and got to, I might want to go ahead and get moving. Which, you know, props to you. Go till you'll feel comfortable. Now, on the other side, sandwiches are great. 4 worm packs. That is the chef's kiss of XP. As long as they didn't roll high and they're not rocking like 750 hit points. Alright, Siberian, onto the blue D. We're going to go ahead and punch it down. These worms are definitely beefy on the backsides. We had not killed one yet. And my big mouth. Alright, full healing up over here on Thavion's side. It is time for the showdown. Oh, it's not time for the showdown. More worms!
Of course. At least he can run from these if he wanted to.
You don't run from the XP. You said you want 1 encounter before the stairs. How about 2? And they're worth everything.
Yeah, but when you're looking at that clock and it says an hour and 45 plus...
You're 12 minutes into a Topher dive and you don't have that crucial 400 hit points on the thief. We take the levels.
Well,
otherwise, a 400 HP nuke comes out and you suddenly just put your controller down.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at 1 hour 46 minutes, we are going to have our first chaos encounter.
1-on-1. Well, 1-on-4. Realistically, just one of the 4, but here we go.
As long as he takes more damage than hit points, this will be a good run.
Pro tip, reduce the enemy's HP to 0 without falling to 0 yourself. Fast is out. We are fasted. Harm 2 comes out. We're going to chip damage. We're going to take a test swing, and wasn't the greatest. Power bonk 1-up. Chaos melees the black mage who survives. That's good tidings. Fire 3 comes out,
yeah.
and I retract my previous opinion. Cure 4 comes out, and it's on a very sad corpse.
Yeah, I don't think that Band-Aid's gonna work.
I can fix him. See, we fixed him. Everything is fine. There are no problems. Or maybe there is.
You were saying?
Listen, we're just gonna Dragon Ball up and this will be fine. Out comes the heal stick. Melee swing comes out. We're still over 400 hit points on the fighter. We're gonna continue to the episodes of Dragon Ball Z. Powers up. I think we're +3 or +4 now. Out comes a Fire 3. We are still all good. We are drinking to keep up a melee target. Lit 2 comes out. Heal Staff comes out.
And conspicuous by its absence, we have not seen a nuke or nuclear yet, so that might be coming soon.
Maybe they're all on Warmac. Let's hope they're all on Warmac. That is not good. Fast on Chaos. Heal Stick comes out. This might be a relevant time to realize that the other thing with the tail that's still outstanding in the fetch quest is the Ruse Stick. We life up the poor black mage into a fire too. He's dead again. Ooh, stop on 2. We're now swinging and praying. That's a huge hit though. That was 600. We are nearly on death's door on the fighter. Can we get a cure 4 on him?
That's over 1,000 from the thief.
Come on, thief. You've got this. Terminated!
And get your GGs in chat for ThavionHawk at 1 hour and 48 minutes and I believe 45 seconds.
Our timers are a little off. Racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 50 minutes, 32 seconds. From our winner, that is going to be Thavion, and I think that's Thavion joining us in here right now. Followed very shortly after by a forfeit here from Siberian. I don't blame him. This has been an absolute marathon. Guys, both of you welcome in. GG's, heck of a run. You guys put up, and that was a marathon.
I faded CC's gambit and feel so stupid. That's where the canoe was.
It's fine. I was trying to find a grind spot near the end there, and it was just not working. And then the brain went off way too late. He's like, oh wait, Sky's actually pretty decent for a grind spot. Too late.
So I have to ask you, gentlemen. So how was Earth Cave?
Toxic. It was a toxic environment. Don't like it.
You only found them once, didn't want to find them again, tried to route around only chests I needed to get to, and made it out the second time.
I had no such luck. RNG damned me.
Yeah, those Gurims and Werewolf and Giant packs, with the Gurims having the insta-death or the Brack and all the fun stuff.
Oh, I didn't know the wolves had insta-death. I was able to escape from those. I just know about the scums having toxic.
I don't remember seeing those. I just remember the Gurims. Either way,
either way, there was death.
Wow.
There was death in Earth.
I missed these 4 chests, and it cost me so much. I ran all the way down through C once I got the Oxyal Mirage, came all the way back, all the way to Sky. My levels were not high enough because I was trying to get the tail and take advantage of the magic points that just didn't work out, and by the time I had searched everywhere else, I realized I was 7 shards short, and I just dove for the fiends, took a grind on the way, and oh my word.
Yeah.
That thief's damage everything saved my butt.
Yeah, it was noted that damage all was doing some serious work, especially in that Topher grind.
Yeah. So I just wish I could have found a better spot to grind, but it was taking too many deaths in the desert. Trying to make it work just did not help me at all.
Well, you ran into a pack of red ankylos twice that ended your...
The red ankylos, the regular ankylos, but I was like, come on, Bane, just do your job and kill them.
Yeah, it was a little rough. It was interesting because you had the hard reset with, and then here's another thing. How about like an 80-step hero run off the power cycle?
That was nice.
And then you find that, okay, it might be 80 steps, but it's blue steak into like five plates of steak. But then if you don't save and reset, the red hard reset button came out on you.
Yeah. That's when it was too late that my brain was like, wait, Sky's actually much better than doing this, and then we just no. At least the restream here will show that I did get up to TSA, yay, and then it was like, yeah, now we're here in the booth.
Hey, it was absolutely great run by both of you. You put in it was a heck of a run both ways. It was not the friendliest of seeds because, like you said, Earth Cave, one of you ran into the Barak Gurims and the other one ran into, I'm not sure if it was the Scums or the Spiders, but somebody had Toxic and everybody died.
I'm pretty sure it was the Scum. Because I ran into plenty of Spiders, they did not use it, so I'm pretty sure it was the Scum.
And then after all of that, you guys the game's like, okay, well, congratulations, you found your key. Here's your chime. I hope you like ping pong. Chime to oxy out a cube.
Oh, my favorite part, the fact that there was no magic for this seed whatsoever. No decent magic for this seed.
Items with magic was huge value, but really it wasn't that great.
Yeah, Siberian, the double red mage, and then you come in, and the only sweeper is a harm that doesn't do them any good, and then Invis 2 and Life 2 are both locked out from them, and you don't have a tail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really did think of going red mage thief, with the thief having damage all and the red mage just being my favorite secondary. Glad I didn't.
Yeah.
White mage saved my bones.
I mean, I usually don't regret doing the double red mage, because at least hopefully I get early like fade or like nuke. Like, all right, here we go, we got this.
Or at least, guys, you weren't brought down to doing cat claw strats with the black mage.
I would've. I really would've. I knew where the cat's claw was.
I think it was the they roll -1 though.
I don't even remember where it was, so I didn't even bother.
Weapon shop and Provoca.
Wouldn't have done you much good anyway, though.
I had so much good endgame armor by the end, but then I realized I couldn't promote, so I had to go and buy rings and pro rings and bracelets.
I do appreciate the fact that I started the seed by buying the 3 gold sabers for both for the thief and both red mages, just so I could kill Garland.
I mean, fire would have gotten there eventually, maybe.
Maybe, but meh.
So,
yeah. And knowing that there was a tail and that he missed canoe is like me dragging that Excalibur around. Is like, jeez.
All right. So, what are you guys' thoughts on now being your first race in? We have Thavion, you're going on. I think you've got Fry Teeth coming up next. It is absolutely not over Siberian, especially after a heck of a performance like this. You've got to drop down one, but you got to just claw your way up, punch from the bottom. What do you both think about the format, the seed, the flags, everything going forward here?
I mean, everything's fine, just that I still have a lot to learn, because really, I only picked this up pretty much at the beginning of the year. It's like, was interested back at SGL Live, but, you know, finally started diving into it earlier this year, so I still have a lot of work to do, and I still don't know a lot. You know, coming over from the Mega Man 2 randomizer, you know, I just wanted to reach out and, you know, into other communities and whatnot.
As far as me, I gotta say, the flags are actually quite nice. I haven't had much issue with the flags. It's just memory holding the canoe isn't a good idea. This was also, for all the craziness in Earth, was not actually that hard of a seed. In the end, not seeing any of the, like, fast on Chaos when I was learning Desperation strats was the biggest, like, pinch I ever had.
Yeah, definitely. There wasn't any nukes, no nukes, no nuclears. So we're all gonna be thankful for that. They may have all been on the robot.
Also, I was definitely taking every reasonable fight for experience into Chaos. That last 3 worms getting me to level 29 made a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about after you cleared Tia 2 of, hey, maybe I just, you know, you got to heal because there could be run into a fight, and then it's like 7 worms between you and the door. It's like, hey, that is XP upon XP. I do have one question though, Thavion. Waters over the Gershark tile?
Honestly, my brain was thinking waters are good experience, but I realized it was just a horrible time waste. The Gershark tile would have been better, and realistically, if I had gone Sky first and just done some Bluedies, that probably would have been better anyways.
Yeah, my late monkey brain idea. I was like, oh, I can hopefully get RNG encounters with eyes.
Found a few of those, but not on my second dive up.
But no avail. But GG's, Thavion. Congrats.
GG's, man.
All right, well, guys, they've put on a heck of a performance here for you. Please go follow Siberian, go follow Thavion. They've got a long road ahead of them both here. I'm sure Siberian's gonna take from this and just punch up from the bottom, and Thavion's got a heck of a match coming up with Fry Teeth. Also, follow my co-com. Unfortunately, I had to run, but CatDad77 with keeping me company here on the comms, and definitely to our tracker socket as well as Oslodo for our restream here. And guys, let's go ahead and turn it over to you real quick for final thoughts. We'll give FFR their channel back if they want it. Thavion, we'll start with you.
Well, thank you, Demon. Thank you, CatDad, Oslado, Socket. Huge help. I've been on the broadcast crew. I plan to broadcast some of these races for everyone else. This has been a fun one. I look forward to this. Sprite, he's a great runner. Honestly, Siberian, this seed was not favored for a noob. This was just a grind. But hey, you stuck it out.
Yeah.
GG.
What we did learn is Oslodo's first seed rolling, and now that we know that this is what we expect, he probably shouldn't roll in the future. I mean, thanks everyone for coming out and seeing this race with us. It's fine. I was trying to find.
All right. Speaking for myself, everybody here at the FFR Final Fantasy Randomizer crew, if you do like these races, again, this is just day one of the bracket stage of the winter tournament. Just coming forward, we're going to have 2+ races a day probably coming at you for the foreseeable future. Even the ones that aren't restreamed, please join us on the Discord. We will have pings going out. You can watch the multis. We're going to have broadcasts all across here for you, keeping you full of all the Final Fantasy Randomizer action we have. Join us at the Randomizer itself. Get you in. We got the Duckling program, probably the winter one coming up right here after the winter tournament, and we would love to have you. We're a friendly bunch. We don't bite hard unless you really want us to. Again, I've been Demon RHK speaking for everybody. Thank you all for sticking with us tonight. Adieu and have a good night.